Now from the home of the Rays, you get a look there at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. Today, it's the home opener for this new season between the Kansas City Royals and the Tampa Bay Rays. Major League Baseball on the show is next. Hit down the third baseline. And this gets past him at third as it hugs the line. A fair ball. And he'll pull in there with a double to start out the ball game. So here's Francisco Lindor now, looking to get something to the right side with that leadoff man at second to start the ball game. Lays off 1-0. And Harold, the Rays, as they begin play here this afternoon, they come into this one in need of some kind of spark to turn them around as they find themselves in the midst of a 5-game slide.
Yeah, Matt, with both teams on a losing streak, one thing we know for sure, somebody's going to walk out of here in this first game of the series with a win, and they get on a winning streak. So this is a big battle to turn things around for you right now. You want to be that team on the winning side.
Miller has it, and the throw to first is in time, one gone. Into the box now, Ryan Braun. He's got that average way up into the 330s to begin the day. And this is off the corner and low.
It's on the outside half of the plate. That slider right there, you know it's going to continue to run off the plate.
Here's the 1-1. Hit the other way out toward right field. Chasing after it is Davis. He's there to make the catch, and here comes the runner from third as this should get him on the board. And the run will score, and the Royals are off to a 1-0 lead. Now at the plate, Eric Hosmer. Bases empty and two gone following the sacrifice fly. First pitch on its way. Liner towards second. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Here now's the center fielder Lorenzo Cain to get us started in the bottom half of the first.
For the Rays, center fielder Lorenzo Cain.
Pops this one up just beyond the infield on the right side. And that's taken in by Escobar for the first out. Here's Rajay Davis now. His average for the year sits in the 280s entering play. Down the first baseline. These Royals, Harold Reynolds, entering play here this afternoon. They come in hoping to get back on the beam as they've dropped 3 straight. And here's a ball hit in the air. Escobar onto the grass, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Batting third.
So striding in, Corey Dickerson. No one aboard for him, and 2 gone here in the first. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. The windup and the 0-1. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Bregman calls for it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Striding into the box, Andrew McCutchen. He'll start things out in the top half of the second.
Fielder, Andrew McCutchen.
Liner toward right center, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. Stepping up to the plate. Alex Bregman.
Third baseman number 2, Alex Bregman.
In there, 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. And he gets a piece of this one to foul it toward the backstop. A pause and the 0-2. Curveball bounces, and this one gets away. And he is safe at second base as the decision to move up pays off, and that'll likely be scored a wild pitch. Here's Chris Davis now, and the average isn't pretty, down into the roaring 220s to begin the ball game. And that's high for a ball, 1-0. Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but a foul ball, 1-1. 1-1, here it comes. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
Man, he's got a good fastball.
And this is taken for a ball high and tight. 2-2. Swing and a line drive. But this is foul near the seats. Runner at second here with 1 man out. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Batting 8th, right fielder
Brandon Moss is at the plate as he takes a cold strike 1. Here comes the pitch to Moss. Sent out to straightaway center field. After it is Kane. And that ends the inning. At the plate, Mitch Moreland will match up with Tyler Glasnow to lead off the inning.
First baseman.
A swing and a miss and a ball down.
Well, he's just 2 outs into his major league debut on the mound, and so far he doesn't seem nervous or like he's trying to do too much. That's easier said than done.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And another foul ball.
Well, I think he's trying to get that 2-strike fastball out of the zone. Just caught too much of the plate right there. Fortunately, he fouled it off instead of putting it in the seats. Well, that's 3 foul balls in a row. He's definitely battling up there.
Here is a ground ball now for the shortstop to the right of second. And he's retired 1 away. So coming to the plate, Pablo Sandoval. And a quick glance at the numbers will tell you it's been a huge struggle for him at the plate this year. First pitch curveball swung on and missed. Strike 1. Big swing and a miss. The fastball, and he's behind in the windup and the 0-2 pitch. Goes the other way with it as this is in the air down the line in left. And that'll get down for a base hit. And they're going to hold him to a single here as they do a nice job of getting it back in quickly. Into the box now, Colby Rasmus. First shot for him here with a runner at first now and 1 away. Oh, and an ugly swing there. It's 0-1 from the belt. Kicks and deals. Ground ball sent back up the middle. He'll go to the bag for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Stepping into the box, Brian Pena. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest. Hit down the line at first. And a heck of an effort over there at first, but it'll be for naught as this is a foul ball. And he looked like a caveman swinging a club on that one. It's 0-2 now.
He had some really good late action on that slider right there. It's hard to do anything with that pitch unless you're sitting on it and catch it out front before it breaks all the way in.
That's a nice job of staying alive. A 2-strike breaking ball just out of the zone. He was able to put enough on it to get another pitch.
The next 0-2. Another one sent foul. Here's the 0-2. Grounded back up the middle. Duffy up the middle. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third.
The batter,
trying to pick things up where we left off. Alcides Escobar. He scored a run after stroking a double in his first at-bat. Dickerson's there. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. Digging in for his second at-bat, Francisco Lindor. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Hit hard on the ground to the right. And that is through into right field for a single. So that'll extend the inning and give Ryan Braun a 2-out chance.
Number 11.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Line toward the alley in left center. And that'll be a base hit for Braun. Lindor rounds third and is digging for the plate. Is in time, and he's cut down. So digging in now, Brad Miller. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3.
Second baseman.
Curveball taken outside to begin the at-bat. Ball 1.
Finally, a take. No, seriously. That's the first pitch they've taken the entire game.
And that gets down, and we'll see if that's extra bases. Around first, digging for 2. Arms pumping. He's hustling for third. And he'll get there as he legs out the leadoff triple. So striding forward now, Wilson Ramos, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. Swinging a soft liner in there. Base hit, and that ought to get the run in from third. Standing in, Matt Duffy. He begins playing this one with his batting average over the .310 plateau. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike. And here's a ball hit in the air. Escobar ranging into shallow right, and that's the first out of the inning. In now is Lorenzo Cain. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Lorenzo Cain.
And this one's in the dirt. The 0-1 pitch. Now a little pop-up off toward the first base side. And no one will get this one. Here's the 0-2. In the dirt here. And he'll rein it in as the count moves to 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Hit back up the middle. Scooped up. Escobar. On to Hosmer. A double play, and the inning is over. Digging in to try it again. Eric Hosmer comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. And a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball 1.
I like that check swing. He started to offer at the off-speed pitch, but he recognized it and was able to hold up.
It's a swinging bunt up the line. Foul ball, strike 2. 1-2, here it comes. Again, he sends it out of play. And he looks at a cold strike 3 as the cut fastball's in there, and that's out number 1.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Into the windup and the pitch.
McCutcheon.
Fouled back. In the air, out to right. Davis is there. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Down the third baseline. Sandoval has it. And a close play at the bag, but a good stretch by the... Stepping in and ready for another shot, Rajay Davis. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Fielder, Rajay
And he gets ahead with the curveball. Strike 1.
Here we are in the middle of the game, and he's 90% on the first pitch strike, throwing strikes. 90%. Forget about it. You do that, you got no chance of hitting this guy.
In there, a base hit. And the Rays strike quickly here in the inning. It's a leadoff double. Ready for another chance? Corey Dickerson. He popped out in his first trip. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Braun going back on it. He leaves his feet, but it's off the wall. And the throw in gets away from him. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score. Riding in once again, Mitch Moreland. He got on top of one and was a ground-out victim last time. And that's by him. It's 0-1. 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for Tampa Bay so far. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out. Digging in the switch hitter, Pablo Sandoval. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. And the changeup is way low that time.
Well, you can see what he's trying to do right there. Double play situation. 2 balls down in the zone, trying to get that ground ball. Didn't get him to bite at either one. Now he's behind in the count, 2-0.
Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. Here's the pitch on 2-2. And that's lifted the other way out to left. And Braun will handle this one for route number 2. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Now batting.
Now in the box, Colby Rasmus.
Colby Rasmus.
And the first pitch is chopped foul at the plate at strike one. Set to deliver the 0-1. And here's a foul tip into the catcher's glove. Moves it to 0-2 now.
After that swing, you just got to reset yourself. You still have a strike to work with, and you can't be thinking about how silly you just looked on that last pitch.
And we'll have to leave it there as this. Here's Chris Davis now. He's in to get things going here in inning number 5.
Designated hitter, Chris.
Swung on and missed for the first strike.
Man, I tell you what, I love how he's pitching right now. He has continued to pound that first pitch for strikes. When you do that, you set yourself up for great success.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Dickerson's there. 1 down. Digging in, Brandon Moss comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. A shot down the first baseline, and he tries to go to a knee to block it, but it's by him down the right field line. Striding in, Salvador Perez. First at bat of the game for him here in the 5th, as he was a late entrant into this one. First pitch coming, here it is. Swing and a line drive. A diving try, but it's through into the outfield. Ready once again, Alcides Escobar, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. First delivery to him on the way. Swing and a line drive. But that's a foul ball. 0-1, here's the pitch. Now a swing, and he pops him up. And I believe, yes, the umpire signaling for the infield fly rule. So here's Francisco Lindor now. A hit in 2 tries so far.
Francisco Lindor.
Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Pulled toward right center field. Davis on the run. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. So stepping in, Brad Miller. He'll start things out in the home half of inning number 5.
Brad
Starts him out with a changeup off the plate for ball 1. Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. Chop foul over towards the coaching box.
Well, that was a pretty good swing right there. Tough changeup. Back-to-back changeups, he fouls it off. Now you get the pitch you want, because I can't see him throwing another changeup right here.
A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he'll start the 5th the same way he ended the 4th with a punch out. 1 away.
Catcher number 40, Wilson Ramos.
On the ground up the middle. And that is through into center field for a 1-out single. And he's able to get back in there at first safely. Stepping in, Matt Duffy. He's 0 for 1 thus far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. A swing and a miss at the good old Uncle Charlie. Set to deliver the 0-1. Swing and a liner, but foul. The 0-2 home. Hit out towards second. There is Escobar. There's one. On to Hosmer, a double play, and the inning is over. Here's Ryan Braun now. He'll start things out now in the top half of the 6th.
Left fielder, Ryan Braun.
And a base hit, so he goes after the first pitch he sees, and he's on to open up the inning. The first baseman Eric Hosmer is in. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. 0-1 count, and the pitch. Oh, and he leaves that one right over the plate as this is hit high and deep out to right center field. And it is gone, a home run. Striding in once again, Andrew McCutchen. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game.
Andrew McCutchen.
Hot shot to third. There's Sandoval. On to first, so a good bounce back pitch there as he gets the ground ball for the first out.
Third baseman number 2.
And that'll bring up the former first rounder Alex Bregman. 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far. And Reese has a play, makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. Ready for another shot now, Chris Davis. 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon.
Davis.
And this is going to be a foul ball. And a check swing here, but he pretty clearly broke the plane, and it's 0-2 now. Hot shot towards the hole. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So a nice job there to fight off an 0-2 pitch and keep the inning alive for at least one more batter.
Now batting.
Ready once again, Brandon Moss. He singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Sent on the ground out to second, and that finds its way through for a base hit, and that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now. Ready for another chance, Salvador Perez. We'll see if he can come through in a clutch spot here. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 6, and that's in there, base hit, and they'll quickly get it in here to hold that runner at third base. In now, some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Dickerson's there. And the inning is over. Stepping up to the plate, Lorenzo Cain. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one.
Center fielder Lorenzo.
A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. Well, he's having a good amount of success here, Dan, even though he hasn't really gotten a ton of swings and misses.
Yeah, it amazes me how every game you pitch can be so different, Matt. Sometimes it feels like guys can't touch you and you're just punching everyone out. But other times you don't have your good stuff and you really rely on movement and location to get outs. That's been the case for him today, and it's really working.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1.
His approach to the plate right here has to be to the right side. If he gets it through the infield, that tying run might come around, but
and hold on there. That's not going to get him in there with the stolen base. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air. A dive, and oh, he can't hang on. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled off into the seats behind first.
That is too good a pitch to make right there with 2 strikes. But he fouled it off. Now you got to stay aggressive and go get him again.
Swing and a miss there as the breaking ball takes care of him for the first out.
The left fielder,
digging in and
10,
looking for more, Corey Dickerson. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Ball 1. Now a swing and a miss, and I don't think he was expecting a pitch inside. It's 1-1.
Oh, wow, that's what they call a jam sandwich. Wow, not much you can do with that pitch that's in tight.
Ready on 1-2. Now a ball sliced out of play down the left field line. 3-2s are scored here in inning number 6. Started to chase there. They'll appeal it down to third, and no swing. It's ball 2. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. Throw gets him. 2 down. And he'll try to get back now, but it's not going to work. The throw. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Francisco Lindor. He'll lead it off here as we begin inning number 7.
Boy, not a good swing there. That was really ugly. Anytime you can make a hitter look like that, you've done something special.
Did it look to you like he was guessing on the pitch?
Oh, certainly it had to be, Matt, but if he was, he obviously wasn't looking for that pitch.
So striding forward now, Ryan Braun. 2 base hits, both singles to this point. Into the windup and the pitch. Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. High in the air out to center field. Kane is under it. And that's the second out of the inning. Now at the plate, Eric Hosmer. He went deep for a two-run homer in his previous at-bat. Down the first baseline. But this is foul for the first strike. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Inside here with the cutter, as he's lucky that one didn't get him.
He went deep earlier, so that might have been a little bit of a message they were trying to send to get him off the plate. At the very least, they're clearly trying to get him from getting his arms extended again.
Easy there, big fella. 2-2.
Now that's a good curveball. That's the old 12 to 6 from midnight to 6 a.m. and he's doing it all day.
Kane is under it, and he makes the catch for out. Here's the first baseman now, Mitch, for the seventh.
First baseman, Mitch.
Line toward right center. Right away, the possible tying run is aboard to start the bottom of the seventh. Oh, and the throw back in is a wild one. And he's going to get to second now with nobody out. And he's out at third. Might have gotten a little greedy that time.
Now batting the third
Here's the Panda now, Pablo Sandoval. A hit in 2 tries so far. And he lays off there, 1-0. Very tight ball game. 3-2 our score in inning number 7. Line drive to left. Braun is going to get there as he backs up to put it away, and there are 2 gone now.
The designated hitter.
Digging in to try it again, Colby Rasmus. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike 1. Bounce to the right into the loaded up infield, and he'll step on the bag himself. And here's Andrew McCutcheon now. He'll have the first crack at it. Tommy Hunter has been summoned from the bullpen, as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Pitching for the Rays.
Curveball looked at here for strike.
Tommy Hunter.
And that's swung on and fouled straight back. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And this is fouled back and out of play. Here comes another 0-2. And a good 2-strike swing here, as he's been fighting off some tough pitches, but the count will remain at 0-2.
He's just fouling them off till he gets something he wants to hit.
Swung on in the dirt, strike 3. Ramos has got it. He'll throw down to first, 1 away. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. And he looks like he's toying with him here. It's 0-2. Well, I think his eyes lit up when he saw that pitch coming up at his eye level.
Yeah, good luck. But hey, a high fastball all of a sudden becomes really dangerous for a pitcher if it's not spotted above the zone. A little height difference makes all the difference.
And very little resistance there, as he's retired on a half-hearted swing, and there are 2 away.
Designated hitter.
Chris Davis is in with 2 away here, as this one swung on and missed for the first strike. Look out, and that'll give him a close shave.
Wow, fastball up and in. I'm not sure it was intended to be that far up and that far in, but message sent, beware.
And he couldn't pull that one back, as he clearly broke the plane to the plate, and that'll be ruled a strike. And this is fouled back and out of play. He'll try again, 1-2. And a fastball just a bit up. This one, everything we could have hoped for. 3-2 in inning number 8. Squared that one up just a little late. Just a bit jumpy that time. Swung on and missed. And the throw to first will indeed get him. It's a strikeout. Digging in now, Brad Miller. He'll get things started
And
now in the
leading off
bottom
for
of
the
inning
Rays,
number 8.
second baseman, Brad Miller.
Very weakly on the ground. That rolls foul for strike 1. Set to deliver the 0-1. That's lifted the other way out to left. And this is taken in just shy of the warning track for out number 1.
The
Digging
catcher,
in,
number 40.
Wilson Ramos. Couple of
Wilson
singles to his credit thus far.
Ramos.
And this is taken outside for ball 1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And this is going to be a foul ball. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. And a fastball swung on and hit to second. Throw in time at first for out number 2. Digging in once again, Matt Duffy. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Into the windup and the pitch. And not the greatest of starts to the at-bat as he reaches for one out of the zone for strike 1. Now here's the pitch. A shot to first base and caught there to end the inning. So stepping in, Brandon Moss.
Leading off
He's
for
2
Kansas
for
City,
3 thus far.
right fielder,
Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. Here comes the pitch to Moss. Little dribbler up the first baseline. That goes foul. 2 strikes on him now. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Ranging back is Davis at the track. Gone to lead off the inning. Now batting, Salvador Perez. 2 base hits, both singles to this point. And no swing apparently, ball 1. Lifted in the air to center. Kane is under it. And that's the first out of the inning. Now at the plate, Alcides Escobar. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. Now a swing and another fly ball here as things are getting busy out there in Central. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. Digging in the switch hitter, Francisco Lindor. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. And this ball's going to find the seats down the left field line. Foul, strike 1. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
Everybody knows he's got that fastball that gets up with 100 miles an hour. He just has to be ready to swing.
To first. The tag, and he is out. In now is Lorenzo Cain. He'll be the one to get us going here in the bottom of inning number 9.
Center fielder
Glenn James comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the 9th.
now pitching for the Royals, number 35, Glenn.
Heading out towards shallow right. Moss has a read on it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. At the plate, Rajay Davis. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1.
Boy, that pitch looks so good when you're hitting, but you're not going to catch up to it. I think pitchers should use that more often. A high fastball in the eyes, they will never catch up to it.
Lifted down the line in right and back out of play. Count holds it 0-2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
Wow, how about that? He was tempted to make a swing at that pitch right there. That was way out of the zone, but he just kept his hands back enough.
A swing and a miss. He offered it a ball way outside the strike zone for out number 2.
Corey Dickerson.
Corey Dickerson is in with 2 away as he takes a ball, 1-0. Now here it comes. Swing and a miss for strike 1. This is hit the other way out toward left field. And that is going to put an end to this one. And the Royals will put an end to their 3-game skid as this ball game is over. Well, we watched a really solid starting pitching performance, kept the opposition at bay, and as a result, he's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he ended up handing things off to his bullpen buddies in the 9th, but still, 8 strong innings from him really showed a lot in this one.
Our final